Preds lose 6-1 to the Vegas Golden Knights Thursday night in T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Was I not clear after Tuesday night's embarrassment in Los Angeles? Have I not been clear about a certain somebody time and time again every time he's in the lineup? Right off the bat, why is Ben Harpur continually being dressed when he continually makes key mistakes that cost this team? He frustrates all of us in Preds Nation to no end. Oh, I just looked at Cap Friendly. He's an unrestricted free agent this summer. Hey, David Poyle, get a clue. Don't resign him. Coming into this game, in their previous 2 games, the Vegas Golden Knights were shut out 4-0 and 3-0 respectively. So you knew that they were going to be desperate. But still, Preds, you come out and lay an egg like that. This game really felt over to me 91 seconds. 91 seconds into the first period when Matthias Janmark made it 1-0 Vegas. You guys showed all of us in Preds Nation that you were not ready for this game. Vegas flu, whatever you want to call it. The only one at the end of the night that I could probably excuse his performance, but he even needs to be better, is Juuse Saros. 4 of his last 5 starts, he's allowed 3 goals, so even he could pick it up a smidge. Ends up being Vegas 2-0 after the first, when things could have been worse, and they will get worse. Back up just a little, let me not leave out Forsberg's accidental, yes it was accidental, collision with Brett Howden in front of the Preds bench. It was just bad timing for the collision to happen. Howden was taken off on a stretcher, but he seemed to be responsive, and from what I read this morning on Twitter, he wasn't practicing, but he was greeting his team at the Vegas practice this morning. So hopefully he's not out long term. I have no hard feelings personally off the ice against players of opposing teams of the Preds. About 3 minutes into the second period, this is where things would begin to go from bad to worse for the Preds, as Alexander Carrier gets called for holding, putting Vegas right back on the power play. Vegas brings the puck into Nashville's zone. The players in front of number 74 running around like chickens with their heads cut off. Saros does all he can, but he is just one player trying to guard a net, and would you know it, Danilov, the guy who actually got traded, but then the trade got rescinded, he's back in Vegas' lineup. He makes it 3-0. Preds would then get awarded with a power play, and it's almost Vegas' turn to put egg even more on Nashville's face, as they would go down into Nashville's zone, almost score shorthanded. Luckily, Saros turns it aside. The play goes the other way. Roman Josi gets awarded his 61st assist of the season in game 65, as he sets up Philip Forsberg for his 36th goal of the season on his way to 40, cutting this lead to 3-1, but that is the only temporary joy any of us would feel in this game. Preds would be relentless after that, and when I say relentless, I mean relentless at taking penalties. Vegas, who would end up going 3 for 5 on the power play in this game. Sissons goes off for interfering with Danilov, and even though Vegas needs an easy tap-in to make it 4-1, oh, would you look at that. Just as the penalty is about to expire, the Preds take another one, and it's Ben Harpur. Why do we play this guy? I'd rather have Jeremy Davies in there. I'd rather have Philip Myers not be down in the AHL and him still be on this roster. Sure enough, the Ben Harpur penalty cost the Preds, as it's Jack Eichel through a screen provided by Alexander Carrier, and now it is 4-1 Vegas. Preds on a late power play in the period. Play comes right in on Thompson, who's in net for Vegas. Preds crashing away. Ref lose sight of the puck just as Luke Cunnin appears to have get it in, but the goal doesn't count. Vegas' 3-goal lead stays intact. Under 3 minutes left to go in the second period, Mikael Grenlund from the sideboard sets up a wide open. You're never going to get more wide open than that, Philip. Wide open to Philip Forsberg, right between the face-off circles, right in front of Thompson, and he shoots it over the net. Vegas still leading 4-1 after 2, still badly out shooting the Preds. Well, if anything can come out of tonight that's positive, early in the third period, Preds rinkside announcer Lindsay Rowley reported that Tanner Jeannot, who was a late scratch to play in this game, was safely in the air from McCarran International Airport, headed back to B&A, back to Nashville for the birth of his first child with his fiance. Congratulations. If I haven't heard yet, if that child was born happy and healthy. Not having Tanner Jeannot in this game didn't make a difference, win or lose, I don't think, but it definitely would have helped to have had him in there to have that herd line, the third line intact. Again, on a power play, Vegas circling around, cycling, passing it well. Jack Eichel, he returns a favor and gets it over to Stevenson for Vegas, who has a wide open net past Saros. Now it's 5-1 Vegas. Under 3 minutes left to go in this game. Preds can see the finish line of just getting this game out of the way. Do you think they can skate through it and just not make the embarrassment any worse? Nope. Matt Tennyson and Ben Harper stop skating. Vegas is hungry for more. They capitalize. 6-1 Vegas. All around in this game, Vegas was just better. They outscored the Preds, obviously. They outshot them. They were better on the power play and much better at the penalty kill. The only saving grace for the Preds Thursday night was that Winnipeg and St. Louis lost in regulation. Because the bad news is that Dallas won in a shootout, so at least that way, yeah, they did win, but they got the worst of the tiebreakers. And Minnesota and Vancouver was a 3-point game with Minnesota beating Vancouver. Preds are off until Sunday afternoon back in Bridgestone. So use that rest to your advantage. And the other good thing, maybe in favor of the Preds, is that of their last 17 games this season, 11 of them are at home. This upcoming week, the Preds have Philly on Sunday, Ottawa on Tuesday, and in Buffalo on Friday next week. As you have already learned, Preds, you took Buffalo and Philly for granted and you lost to them. I don't want any excuses. This is crunch time right before the second season starts. Even if these games go to overtime or a shootout, somehow you better get all 3 W's. You want to be in the playoffs, show this fan base something, and get 3 wins. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, hit like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really like it. You can find my social media by clicking on a channel name. Tell all your friends about Predemption. So as of this moment, the Preds have an 87.4% chance of making the playoffs according to MoneyPuck.com, but they certainly don't like making it easy on themselves or the fan base.